Witches who commune with spirits and fairies should always keep magical protection over them. Here's a protection spell to keep you safe. Sup witches! Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am yet, my name is Gianna and I'm a witch. Here on my channel, I share my knowledge and expertise in witchcraft, so if you'd like to learn witchcraft, or if you would just like to know how I practice, you should totally subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my content. Before I show you guys how to make this protection spell bottle, I want to stress the importance of safety and spirit work. In my last video, I introduced spirit work to my channel, which is super exciting for me because I'm a hedge witch and spirit work is just what I do. But it's really important that we're doing this safely. Spirits are incredibly dangerous. Just read folklore from literally anywhere on the planet and you will realize how horrifying spirits and fairies can be. So it's very important, very important that you always have protection over you. I even like to layer protection. I protect my house. I protect myself when I go out. I have multiple wards. It's very serious work. A lot can go wrong. And we need to make sure that the spirits that we're communing with have our best interest at heart. This spell bottle is going to work as a protection ward over a certain area. So it could work as a protection ward over your house, over your ritual space like your circle or your altar. It could work for certain bedrooms, really anywhere you intend for it to work. It could even work as a protection ward over yourself. I like to wear my protection wards. However, you can go ahead and, cast the spell however you want, right? So I specifically picked out ingredients based on folkloric and metaphysical research that enhance the intuition, guard against evil spirits, and even enhance our connection with good spirits. And I'm going to go through all of that folklore along the way, so make sure you watch till the end to get all of that good information because it's very important. The first and most important step to the spell is picking out the bottle. The spell is going to require a large bottle due to the crystals I'll be adding, but you could take the herbs from the spell and make a mini version to wear as an amulet. Now that we have our bottle picked out, it's time to cleanse our working area and open up sacred space. I'm smoke cleansing with a little bit of white sage, and then I'm opening up sacred space with the official Sup Witch's working candle from our intro. I'm also charging my sacred space with Nag Champa, which is commonly used for enhancing psychic awareness, which is really no surprise considering it contains sandalwood, an herb used to connect us to the spiritual realms. So you can see I'm already building a certain type of energy and setting some intention. I'm also using the Nag Champa to bless and charge the bottle I'm going to be working with by letting the smoke go inside and around the bottle. Incense smoke is a great way to consecrate an item pre-ritual. Okay, so a weird little something I like to do with almost all of my spell bottles is taking a little bit of mica glitter and shaking it up inside the bottle so it gets all over the glass before I add the rest of the ingredients. This step is optional, but some of you might like it. I think it's pretty, and I like my spell bottles to look beautiful. Aesthetic harmony goes a long way in magic. I believe it helps keep the energies in the bottle balanced and flowing. Now it's time to start layering each ingredient. It's important to charge each item with intent as it gets placed into the bottle. Each ingredient has an important and unique purpose. All of the items in a spell bottle are meant to work together in creating a magical system that produces a desired result. So you have to tell each item what to do and really purpose all of this raw metaphysical essence going into the bottle. The first ingredient I'm adding to the spell bottle is sea salt, and I'm adding it first on purpose. So it sits at the bottom to symbolize the grounding essence and nature of salt. Staying grounded, or having the ability to ground, is really important in spirit work. It keeps you connected to our world, and it'll make it a lot harder for spirits to carry you off or disconnect you from reality. Salt is also very purifying, and it's been considered to be spiritually incorruptible and purely divine for thousands of years, which is why it's so often used against evil spirits, even by the Christian church. I've noticed that salt doesn't bother spirits as long as they resonate with the vibration of divinity that salt carries. So it only works on the spirits that we would consider evil, but that's just my own personal experience. Now I'm going to be adding mint, which is not only another purification agent, but much like salt, it's classically used to ward off evil spirits. Not only that, but mint is said to attract good spirits, and it's often used alongside mugwort to summon and communicate with them. I believe adding mint really intensifies the intention that the spell is protective only against malicious spirits who want to cause us harm. Okay, so the next ingredient I'm adding to the protection spell is lavender. This is also an herb commonly used for purification. For example, it's been thrown into fires and laid in churches to ward off evil spirits. Lavender is naturally soothing, so adding it will also protect against the chaos and disharmony that evil spirits might cause. Another reason I'm adding lavender is for its purple color, which is the color that connects us to the spiritual realms through the crown chakra. So this represents keeping my psychic channels purified as well. Now I'm going back in and layering more mint over the lavender. And then I'm topping that with more salt. I think it's important to have the salt at the top and the bottom of the herbal layering, because I feel that symbolizes being protected from the top to the bottom. It's a symbol of completeness. My spells tend to work with a lot of symbolism and layered meaning. It's one way I focus my intent and tune the energies that I'm working with. Okay, so the first crystal I'm adding to the protection spell is amethyst in the form of some crystal chips. Again, purple is a color that's connected to our psychic awareness and spiritual connection. Amethyst has a sobering effect that clears and focuses the mind. This will protect against spiritual illusions and delusions. The ability to cause insanity is definitely in the arsenal of some spirits, especially fairies and entities that manipulate emotions to feed. Some spirits will also try to lie or lead you astray. I feel amethyst connects us to the source energy as it's connected to the crown chakra. Through the system of the Great All, we can sense the truth of all things. So I find amethyst to be a very important addition to this particular spell. Now I'm going to be adding some clear quartz shards to the very top of my bottle. Quartz is an amplification crystal, so it's going to make the spell so much more powerful. Amethyst is also a type of quartz, so we have a whole amplification system going on in the spell bottle. And to top off the spell bottle, I'm adding 3 dried rowan berries so they're touching the quartz. The rowan tree is known as the tree of druids. In Celtic folklore, rowan is extremely powerful protection against spiritual or magical attacks. However, it's also been known to enhance magic and connect us to the other world. I use rowan berries in my practice constantly because I feel that specific part of the tree is a little more safe for humans to take than the wood. I would personally never advise cutting a rowan tree because they're often associated with or owned by the Fae. Also, the berries are known to be especially protective because of their bright red color, so they work best for the spell anyway. Now I'm putting the cork in the bottle to close everything inside, and I'm also going to tie on some protective charms. I'm going to add a triskel to represent all 3 realms in Celtic cosmology, and I'm also adding a pentacle because it's by far one of the most protective symbols known to witches and occultists, especially in terms of protection against evil spirits. Both are symbols really worth a deep dive in research. Now that the charms are attached, the spell bottle is ready and I can demonstrate the ritual to charge and seal the spell. Here's my ritual setup. I have 3 candles. One is white to symbolize purification, the other is purple to symbolize our connection to the spiritual world, and the last is black to symbolize protection. I also have a quartz crystal grid to amplify the charging energies from the candles and my intention. I'm going to begin the ritual by charging my candles. And as I do, I'm dressing my candles with the divination oil I showed you in one of my other videos. I'll link that on the screen and at the end of the video so you can have it for your spell bottle. It's important to take your time with this step. Really tell the candles what they represent and infuse the candles with their symbolic essence. After the candles are charged, I'm going to activate them by lighting them. As I light each candle, I'm speaking over them to seal their intention. At this point, the spell bottle is being charged, and you can now start working final intentions over the spell. I like to move energy through my hands into the crystal grid, really fine-tuning the spell's purpose and energetic qualities. I'm telling all the energies we've built what to do. When I added each ingredient, I told the individual what their purpose was. Now I'm telling the team what to do. I also like to speak a very clear intention over the spell bottle when I'm ready to walk away and let this charge for a bit. This bottle is now a powerful protection ward that keeps away all evil spirits. This bottle will protect myself, my loved ones, and my property from evil spirits. This spell bottle purifies negative energy. Everything protected by the spell bottle is pure and cannot be corrupted by evil spirits or their power. After that, let the candles burn down halfway. Once they have, it's time to seal the spell bottle. Carefully pour wax from each candle over the cork. Start with white, then purple, and finish with black. It's important that black is on the outside because it represents the protective shield. When I finish sealing the bottle, I like to speak more intention over it just to activate the spell. With this wax, I seal the spell bottle and activate its magic to serve as protection over me and my life, so that evil spirits cannot harm me, those I love, or my property. If your candles are still burning, you can continue to charge the bottle until they go out naturally, at which point you can find a place to keep your bottle. That's it for this video, but if you want to keep up on all of the content that I'm dropping on spirit work, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and make sure you're always checking out my spirit work playlist. I'm going to be adding a lot of stuff to it because spirit work is going to be a big focus on my channel. And I want to know what you guys thought of the spell. Did you like it? Are you going to try it out? Let me know. Is there anything you want me to tell you pertaining to spirit work in particular? Ask your questions down in the comments, whether it's on spirit work or witchcraft in general, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Okay guys, until next time, happy casting!